College can be hell, even if you don't have to prepare to sell half your liver and a kidney to cover a semester there. The workload, the expectations, the lecturers, not to mention the whole social aspect of it. If you're bad at that, you're fucked. Dropout rates are high. I should know. I quit uni twice. Thankfully, no charge due to me due to how the system works here. The first time was because I didn't study. The second because academia isn't for me. Some compound that stress with the circumstances of our following 3 freshmen. Our first one, the protagonist of the story, is a tomboy who wishes to be more feminine, and ironically assigned male at school by her peers. Even when she wore the girl's uniform, she butched it up by wearing tracksuit pants underneath. All this has left her with a fraught relationship with school uniforms, to the point that she can only get off if she's wearing her old high school uniform and fantasizing about being dominated by, well, hentai sites have the tag ugly bastard. Fill in the blanks. Next up is a girl with eternal youth and beauty. Someone her peers and classmates see as kind and sweet, but sheltered because she never hangs out with them. Well, how could she when she's from an extremely poor family and one that abused her to boot? Her only light in the darkness was the school uniform of the fancy prep school in town. A school uniform that she now owns despite never going there. A school uniform that allows her to fake and pass as being 15 years old. A school uniform she wears for her clients that think she's 15. Clients that are all middle-aged men desperate to taste a 15-year-old girl with minimal experience. And she so enjoys taking their money and laughing about them in private. If only our last freshman didn't want to be her shadow, her mirror image, to erase the one she sees in her mirror and to be the mirror for women she admires. Anything is better than seeing herself in the mirror. Why? Because the only thing she sees is a man. A pretty enough man to be a sugar baby for rich women, but a man nonetheless. And she isn't one. Neither am I. This is Transfem Metro Episode 2, my series recommending trans manga in their chronological ending order. And those 3 are the protagonists of Himegoto Juukyuusai no Seifuku. No joke, I keep forgetting the name of this manga. It just fizzles out. I remember the premise, I remember the plot, but its premise is so fucking specific that trying to Google the one manga where a dude obsesses over women and tries to copy them, and this time around copies a girl who does sex work faking as a 15-year-old thanks to her looks, and they're both found out by a tomboy who would love to be forced for her own good, makes Google act like Crichton when you ask him for ketchup for your lobster.
Ketchup with lobster, you want?
Not that much of a shock that I also keep forgetting the names of the main characters, is it? I'm terrible with them, I'm sorry, but I do remember their traits and their main plot beats. Unlike Horo Musiko in episode 1, the cast here is extremely focused. We've got our 3 main characters, with the tomboy arguably as the main lead, the tomboy's classmate that keeps her from hatching, to borrow a term, We've got the trans woman's sugar mommies, and that's about it. All the men the sex worker pulls, except for the one who hired her a year ago, they're inconsequential. The classmates, largely ignorable. And this focus really helps flesh out the characters we're supposed to care about. The way it works in the psychology of the trans woman, the reason why she doesn't try and build her own femininity and instead copies it from other women is tragic. The way the sex worker manages to manipulate the trans woman through it is devious. But once you know how hard her life was, you get why she does the things she does. The way this manga explores the topics it tackles is messy in an amazing way, and most of our cast comes out of it better on the other end. It does focus on the tomboy as our main character for the ending as well as the opening. We hear about how the sex worker is doing, and the trans woman is there to talk to and help the tomboy with femininity, but the chapter ends on her and her classmates at the entering adulthood ceremony being shocked that she's as feminine as she is then. Actually, that's one of the big things here. The trans woman is the chain linking all three characters together, but for different reasons. Besides the actual left triangle of tomboy to trans woman to sex worker to tomboy, there's the actual relationships. With the tomboy, it's because she's living vicariously through her. They're girl friends. Here's a girl who's never really gotten to be a girl, encountering another girl that's not being a girl. They both want to be feminine, but one of them lucked out and has a gift the other doesn't. She didn't get saddled with testosterone fucking up her body. She got girl puberty on her first round on the bull. The only reason she got saddled with honorary boy status was because she was so gender non-conforming everyone around her forgot she's supposed to be a girl. Plus, the one classmate giving her a boy name that borders on being a dead name. But of course, the trans woman didn't get that, and so she finds what she can in the cis girl. It's kind of funny. It's like a trans mom helping hatch an egg and getting the egg out of a dysphoria hoodie and into dresses, but the egg is a cis girl. When looking at the art, it's gorgeous. Most of the time it feels really casual, but in its darker moment, it really gets you. So why do I think you should read it? Besides the psychology present here, and the fact you've got an actual trans woman and a pseudo-trans woman, it has the core theme of school uniforms. The subtitle is School Uniforms at 19. A school uniform is something you wear every day of your life, usually in 3-year intervals. For those unaware, the Japanese school system is 6 years of primary/elementary/grade school from age 6, then 3 years of middle school/junior high, 12 to 15. This age often being the first time you wear a school uniform, depending on what school you go to and where, as there are schools that have 6-year-olds in uniform, but not always. Then 3 years of high school, 15 to 18, with a new school uniform. And the school uniform is the symbol that marks you as not an adult. There's a lovely monologue by Kiryu Satsuki in Kill la Kill that talks about school uniforms and further uniforms in the form of a wedding dress and a business suit and the way society prepares you for it all. All our lead cast has a fucked up relationship with school uniforms. Our sex worker wears one of the fancy prep school from her hometown, somewhere she didn't go to, but which marked you as having status, as being better livestock, so to speak. And it helps her pass as a 15-year-old. Our tomboy cannot let go of hers, because wearing it is the only way she can get off, and it's the only piece of truly feminine clothing she has at the start of the manga. In fact, the manga opens with her wondering How cheat proof she's a girl without it? And even then, she wore tracksuit pants underneath it in high school. And our trans woman, she didn't get to wear the girl's uniform. She got saddled with the boys, the one that's either styled after a military uniform or a business suit. And it is her that actually delivers the message of, you should put it away, wear it to spice up sex, and in 10 years, when you're matured and have your shit together, you should put it on and remark about how it still fits you. Which feels weird for her to deliver, doesn't it? Sure, there isn't anyone else who could say it, but still. It's not like she's got cherished memories of her uniform. Personal history time. I never went to a school that informs uniforms. It's not culturally common here. Just like in the US, there are Catholic schools that enforce uniforms, but generally, the dress code is come in clean clothes, you'd go out in and change your footwear to indoor slippers when you come in. So I'm already failing that by being barefoot. And that's it. I did spend quite a large amount of time practically in a uniform, just not a school one, and not an official one. You know the look. Nowadays, it is referred to as the dysphoria hoodie. Let me pull up a visual of me at, I think, 18? Yeah, 18. Yes, I know it's just kind of an awkward sketch. I avoided getting my photo taken the way a Republican avoids a public library unless they're holding a torch. And the scene depicted here only really happened once. But anyway, unlike a large number of trans women, I get to grow my hair out. When that's because I was out to my mom, who didn't force me to cut it anymore after I did that. I still kept it tied back in a ponytail out of the way de-emphasized. The crucial part is this combo here, however. The hoodie and jeans fit. The uniform of the egg and closeted trans person alike. Shapeless, androgynous, unremarkable. No gender, only lazy comfort. It adds to her whole pseudo-trans woman thing that the tomboy practically wears the same thing. So imagine the mental anguish of having to wear the boy's uniform while not being one. Imagine you never got to wear a girl's uniform when it was appropriate. What if you reach college, you get the freedom to explore and figure shit out, and decide you'd like to make up for lost time? And so you get a similar style school uniform to wear in the comfort of your own home. You're not hurting anyone, and you look absolutely adorable in it. Not me though, they don't make them my size. They make them for twinks that are primed and ready to get expanded in the tits and ass region once on estrogen. Not to mention, accommodating my wings and tail is quite the hassle. That's why it feels wild that it's the trans woman that goes stashed away as a church memory towards the tomboy school uniform. She doesn't have church memories of wearing hers, as I've already said. And another theme of Himegoto Juukyuusai no Seifuku is about girlhood and how fleeting it is, and that you should cherish it while you have it. So yeah, read Himegoto Juukyuusai no Seifuku. The manga finished in November of 2014. Next time, forums, online friends, personal and family ghosts, and the need to be genuine. Woo! Hey, hi, thanks for watching that video. 2 episodes of Transfem Metro, huh? I didn't even expect I'd get here, and yet here we are. And I don't think I've really conveyed how much of a wild ride Himegoto Juukyuusai no Seifuku is. It's wild. I'm rereading it now, just as a refresher. I started rereading it before making this video, because it's good for me to read stuff that I'm recommending, right? And holy shit, just holy fucking shit. It has so many things. There's no manga like it. I have to say, just no manga like it. Bokura no Hentai is better than it, but it's also dealing with a much younger crowd, so it can't go to the level that Himegoto does. But you know what this here's for? It's the Patreon thanks screen, because I have a Patreon that you can support with the link down below. I have an itch.io page where you can buy my books. I have a Ko-fi where you can do one-time donations if you like what I do. And Well, I won't be streaming much anymore because I have to cancel internet, but I do have a Twitch as well. Not to mention a Tumblr, a Twitter, where you can all follow me. But the main thing is, because I have a Patreon, I need to do the Patreon thanks videos at the end of the videos. Patreon thanks style cards, rather. So here we go. On the $20 tier, we have Aurora, followed up by the $10 tiers of Kylie the Healer Witch, and Phoenix Master Giovanni. And then we have all the $5 patrons right here cozily on the side. If you'd like to join either of these groups, just follow the link down below to get yourself a pledge on Patreon. You'll get access to all the short stories I have ever written, and you'll be supporting a very cute Pink Griffey that's in a fraud housing situation. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye!